If your child is struggling with language, then the idea of taking them to see a speech pathologist may have crossed your mind. It is a thought that can leave you wondering what the process is and what happens during the appointments. So tell me, Mel, the first question that most of us have is, do you need a referral to come and see a speech pathologist?
So generally no, there's a couple of times when you might, but generally parent concern is enough and that initial phone call is all we need.
So what happens then? We usually ring up and then you guys have a discussion with us about that?
Yeah, so you usually have that initial chat around what your concerns are. Is a speech pathology assessment actually appropriate? Sometimes we have that chat, and in talking to the parents we might be able to say, oh look, you know, why don't we hold off for a few months, or yep, okay, I know exactly what we need to do, and then organise that booking appointment and go through all the fees and all of that sort of stuff.
So what can happen then on that call is you can ring and you agree that you should come in, but then you can go and see your GP and say, hey, can you do a referral for me? Because then you do get Medicare rebates, is that right?
Yeah, so Medicare rebates are available. It's really up to GP discretion of who's eligible, so it's designed for kids or people in general actually with sort of complex conditions, and the interpretation of that can vary a little bit, but it's absolutely worth popping into your GP and checking, because there's about five rebates per year that you can get through Medicare. Of course there's private health rebates as well, so if you've got private health you can get cover. And something that some families aren't aware of is defence. There's defence health funds, but there's also like a defence health subsidy scheme kind of thing where parents can access allied health, extra funds on allied health if they're defence families.
Fantastic. Yeah, definitely. So what can parents and children expect from the first appointment then? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we usually start with a little game or something with the kids to get them going and keep them busy while I have a chat with parents around what their concerns are, what their history is, where they've been, if they've been to other therapists, or you know what that history looks like, and therefore being able to make the assessment, you know, tailored to what we need as well. Once we've sort of gathered that case history and sort of I've got a firm idea in my mind, I guess, of what assessment needs to be done, then we tailor that to the child. So a child who's got concerns with speech, we're going to do more specific speech things. We'll also generally do some screeners around language or potentially literacy, depending on their age, so that we don't miss anything, but generally we try and sort of target those areas that the parents have already flagged as areas of concern. And then usually there's time at the end to have that discussion around what the results are. So rather than sort of going, okay, thanks for that, I'll get back to you, being able to say, yeah, look, there are some difficulties there, this is what they're doing, oh, but they did really well in this area, I'm not concerned about that area, this is what we need to work on, and goals-wise, this is kind of where I think we should maybe head. So ideally parents can leave feeling better, I guess, rather than the not knowing, walking out here going, okay, well at least we've got a plan now, we know where we're headed.
That's fantastic. So, you know, what if families aren't living here? You know, if they're rural or out of town, is there anything you can do to help those families?
Yeah, there is. So modern communications being what they are, we are starting to do more and more sort of sessions via telehealth. So Skype or similar sorts of programs where, you know, if you've got a video camera and a microphone, then most kids we can do something for. Obviously some difficulties are less easily translated across the screen, so it's absolutely worth that initial phone call. We've got families from Julia Creek and Mount Isa and all sorts of places that we're doing over telehealth, yeah.
Gotta love technology. So with the correct assistance, determination and plenty of fun learning activities, your child's visit to the speech pathologist can set them up for a lifelong speech success. So if you're after a friendly speech pathologist, don't hesitate to contact Coastal Kids Speech Pathology today. Mel and the team would love to work with you.